Hey there, I'm Sundeep August. This is the Sundeep August Show. Today, we're gonna get a little eggsy, a little yolksy, a little hatsy. Eggs are nutritious, they're delicious, they're easy to make. You can make them in so many different ways. And if you're someone who hates eggs or doesn't like eating eggs, you can always enjoy its innumerable fun puns. Alright, all that said, let's crack this egg. We're gonna get a little serious about everything, about eggs, about yolks, about life itself. So, let's go.
You're getting started on the Sundeep August Show.
It'd be a crime if I didn't address this before we ventured into this exciting piece today. I assure you, we won't be having any more egg puns on this episode. That'd be the last one. I don't think I would have it anyway. It was just, I think, one there and one there, so that's it. Okay. The scene is James Cameron's 1986 film, Aliens, in which the alien queen lays eggs. And that's a pivotal and horrifying moment in the movie. Do you remember that? The action is set in a biochemical, pitch-black room with strange alien decor that serves as the center of the xenomorph hive. An unsettling, flickering glow fills the space, and the walls are covered with a slimy, organic material. The alien queen, an enormous and grotesque creature, stands towering over Ripley and the colonial marines, her elongated insect-like body surrounded by a pulsating sack of eggs. Ugh, disgusting. She's a monstrous and intimidating presence. The scene is filled with unsettling and guttural sounds. The alien queen hisses and clicks, and the eggs make squelching, organic noises as they begin to open. The hideous, leathery eggs are seen as the camera pans, each with a shimmering membrane covering them. The eggs crack open with a moist, sucking sound as they start to hatch. From the eggs, facehuggers, the parasitic larval stage of the xenomorphs, burst out. Their long, spindly fingers and spider-like legs slowly unfold, and they quickly scuttle toward their victims with lightning speed. With the alien queen and her rapidly emerging offspring surrounding Ripley and the Marines inside the hive, the tension in the scenario is tangible. They have no obvious way out and are outnumbered and outmatched. The horror intensifies as Ripley and the Marines must fight for their lives against the relentless, deadly xenomorphs. The scene conveys a sense of desperation and primal survival instincts. The combination of unsettling visuals, eerie sounds, and the feeling of impending doom creates a chilling and claustrophobic atmosphere in this iconic moment from Aliens. The alien queen is a creature straight out of your worst nightmares. Her movements, appearance, and stature all have a really frightening quality. Her insectoid legs and arms, along with her humanoid head and mouth, give her a disturbingly unsettling appearance. We are aware of the impending dread that the alien queen's eggs signify. Each egg harboring a facehugger, a parasitic monster with the ability to inflict a horrible and terrible fate on its victim. The very fact that you are aware of this fills you with both dread and anticipation. Okay, Enough about science fiction. Let's talk reality. When you think about eggs, you think about birds. Birds are known for laying eggs as a means of reproduction. This is a defining characteristic of the class Aves. Almost every species of bird lays eggs, and the traits, size, and color of the eggs can range greatly between species. The majority of birds incubate their eggs to keep them warm until they hatch. Some bird species have chicks that are precocial, which means that they are comparatively developed at birth. But other bird species have chicks that are altricial, which means that their chicks are born in a more helpless state and require more care and feeding. Examples of birds that lay eggs include chickens, ducks, eagles, owls, sparrows, penguins, ostriches, and a lot many more. Each species has its unique adaptations and strategies related to, egg laying and incubation.
You're getting deeper on the Sundeep show.
Now that was egg-laying birds. Now let's talk about egg-laying animals. Several animals, other than birds, lay eggs. Egg-laying animals are often referred to as oviparous. Many reptiles, including snakes, lizards, turtles, and crocodiles, are egg-laying animals. Now, depending on the species, the shells of the eggs they produce are either tough and leathery or extremely hard. Most amphibians are oviparous. In the water, salamanders, toads, and frogs lay their eggs, which develop into aquatic larvae and then become terrestrial adults. Many species of fish lay eggs. Fish can be broadly classified into two groups: oviparous, which is their eggs are fertilized outside of the body, and ovoviviparous, which is their eggs develop inside the mother and hatch inside of her before they're born. Insects, including butterflies, moths, ants, bees, and many more, typically lay eggs. Eggs laid by insects can vary greatly in size and shape, and the way in which they develop is also dependent on the species. Spiders, scorpions, and other arachnids are also oviparous. They lay eggs that can be placed in egg sacs made of silk, which secure developing embryos. Monotremes are a group of egg-laying mammals that include the platypus and echidnas. They are different from other animals because they are the only group of living mammals that lay eggs rather than bearing live young. Some mollusks, such as certain types of snails and slugs, lay eggs. These eggs are usually laid in damp places, where they hatch into young mollusks. Various other invertebrates, such as crustaceans and cephalopods, also lay eggs as part of their reproductive processes. It is vital to note that the properties of the eggs and reproductive tactics vary greatly amongst these diverse animal groups, and they have evolved distinct adaptations to suit their specific surroundings and lifestyles.
You're getting deeper on the Sundeep show.
Do you know which animal lays the largest egg? The animal that lays the largest egg is the ostrich. Native to Africa, ostriches are flightless birds prized for their massive eggs. Ostrich eggs are the largest eggs laid by any living bird species. An ostrich egg can weigh up to 1.4 kilograms and measures up to 15 centimeters in length and 13 centimeters in breadth. This is substantially larger than the eggs of any other bird species. Ostrich eggs have a thick and durable shell, which is necessary because these birds are quite large and heavy, and the eggs need to withstand their weight. Another distinctive feature of ostriches is that in order to keep the eggs warm until they hatch, the male and female alternately sit on them to incubate them. Now, let's find out about the smallest egg. Do you know which animal lays the smallest egg? The animal that lays the smallest egg is the bee hummingbird, which is the world's smallest bird. Makes sense. Smallest bird, smallest egg. Both Cuba and the Isla de la Juventud are the natural homes of the bee hummingbird. Eggs laid by bee hummingbirds are unbelievably tiny, which is to be anticipated from a bird that is so much smaller than most other birds. Bee hummingbird eggs are around the size of a tiny pea or bean. They typically measure about 1 centimeter in length. Yeah, that's crazy. These tiny eggs are white and have a subtle speckled appearance. Despite their diminutive size, they are packed with all of the vitamins, minerals, and other nutrients that are essential to the growth of a hummingbird chick. Bee hummingbirds are known for their exceptionally small size, and their eggs are proportionate to their miniature stature. We heard about who lays the largest egg and who lays the smallest eggs. Now, let's see which animal species hatches in the shortest amount of time from its egg. The animal species that hatches in the shortest amount of time from its egg can vary widely depending on the specific organism. Nevertheless, numerous insect species exhibit one of the quickest hatching times among animals. Because they are small and live short lives, insects are known for having extremely short incubation times. Some fly species, such as fruit flies, have very short incubation periods. Under ideal circumstances, their eggs can hatch in as little as 12 to 24 hours. Now that's impressive. Many cockroach species have rapid egg development. It could be as little as a few days before cockroach eggs hatch, depending on the type and the conditions where they are. Yeah, like that's what we wanted. Ants are known for their short egg to adult development times. Different species will have different times for their eggs to hatch. Although many ant species hatch their eggs quickly, usually in a few weeks or less. In most cases, a few days to a week is all that is needed for butterfly eggs to hatch. Depending on the species, the incubation period for beetle eggs might be as little as a few days or as long as a number of weeks. The exact length of time an egg is allowed to incubate can change depending on a number of factors such as temperature, environmental conditions, and species-specific adaptations.
You're listening to the Sundeep Show.
And now, let's hear it for the slowest hatching animal species, The animal species that takes the longest time to hatch from its egg is the leatherback sea turtle. The length of time that leatherback sea turtles spend incubating their eggs is among the longest of any animal species. The incubation period for leatherback sea turtles can vary, but it typically lasts around 60 to 70 days. The prolonged incubation period is partly attributable to the fact that leatherback sea turtles are reptiles whose development is affected by environmental factors such as temperature. Since different populations of leatherback sea turtles have adapted to varying environmental conditions, the exact period may also vary based on the nesting place. Leatherback sea turtles are the largest species of sea turtle and are known for their distinctive leathery shell. They're widespread throughout the world's oceans and are listed as endangered, making their protection a top priority. As a vital element of their life cycle, the lengthy incubation time is affected by environmental conditions that change from nesting site to nesting site. That's sad. Eggs are magical. To me, it's food. To the life inside the egg, it's food. It's uncanny what an egg can be and is. Whether an animal egg is laid in the wild or in captivity, the environment within and surrounding it can change significantly depending on the species, as well as the special reproductive characteristics of that species. However, in general, animal eggs need specific conditions to support the development of the embryo inside. Temperature is a crucial factor for most animal eggs. The optimal temperature can vary widely depending on the species. While the development of some eggs is best facilitated by warmer temperatures, others require lower or even colder temperatures. The rate of embryonic development as well as the process that determines the gender of some species can be affected by temperature. Animal eggs may need a certain amount of moisture or humidity to survive and develop. When it comes to preventing desiccation, which is the process of drying out, certain eggs need higher humidity levels while others may require lower humidity levels. For an embryo to breathe throughout development, animal eggs require oxygen. Eggs may, in certain circumstances, have adapted features such as porous shells or membranes that permit oxygen to enter the cell. In other cases, eggs may need to be in water, which contains dissolved oxygen. To prevent predation, disease, or drying out, the eggs of many animals contain protective structures or features like shells, membranes, or coatings. Some animal eggs require parental care or external incubation. In these situations, the parent might keep the surrounding environment of the eggs in good condition. The location where an animal lays its eggs can also be considered part of the egg's environment. The nesting place offers cover, shelter, and ideal circumstances for incubation. Often, eggs are easy prey for animals that want to eat them, and the presence of competitors or predators in the surroundings can affect how long eggs survive. The specific environmental requirements for eggs can vary widely among different animal species, reflecting their adaptations to different ecological niches and life histories. In many situations, animals have evolved to lay their eggs in conditions that meet the demands of their growing embryos, giving the offspring the best chance of survival.
This is the Sundeep Show.
I always thought that all eggs had yolks. Apparently, that's not the case. Not all animal eggs have yolks. Presence or absence of a yolk in an animal's egg depends on the species and the method of reproduction used by that species. In oviparous animals, which lay eggs outside their bodies, the presence of a yolk is quite common. The yolk is a nutrient-rich substance that provides nourishment to the developing embryo as it grows within the egg. The yolk is essential for the embryo's development until it hatches. However, not all animals lay eggs with yolks. There are exceptions, of course. Some animals are oviparous, meaning they lay eggs, but these eggs may not contain yolks. For example, some species of snakes and lizards lay eggs without yolks. When this occurs, the developing embryo must rely on the mother's stored nutrients within the egg membranes or on other types of sustenance. Viviparous animals give birth to live offspring instead of laying eggs. These animals do not have eggs with yolks. Instead, the placenta or other processes allow the developing embryos to absorb nutrition straight from the mother. Insects and some invertebrates lay eggs, but the structure and content of these eggs can vary widely. Some insect eggs contain yolk while others do not. The growing larvae can get the food they need in other ways, like when the mother releases fluids that are high in nutrients. So, the presence or absence of a yolk in animal eggs is highly variable and depends on the species and its specific reproductive adaptations. I have always been curious about what's inside an egg. I must have seen it a million times every time I cracked open them for making an omelette or every time I boiled them. But I'm talking about being curious to understand what's really in there. You know, the life elements that can give life to a chick. Inside an egg, a developing chick receives essential nutrients required for its growth and development. Eggs are a rich source of protein, and this protein serves as the primary building block for the development of the chick. It is essential for muscle and tissue formation. The egg yolk includes lipids, which give energy and support the development of many tissues, including the nervous system. Some of these fats and acids are considered to be healthy, while others are considered to be needed. Despite the fact that eggs contain very little carbs, what is present helps the chick meet its energy requirements as it develops. There are many vitamins in egg yolk, such as vitamins A, D, and E, as well as B vitamins like riboflavin, folate, and B12. These vitamins play vital roles in the chick's overall growth and development. Egg yolks include minerals, including calcium and phosphorus, which are essential for the growth of bones and the skeletal system. The egg provides the chick with a source of water. Water is essential for a variety of physiological functions, and it plays an important role in ensuring that the developing chick has the appropriate fluid balance. Choline is an essential nutrient found in the egg yolk that is important for brain development and overall health. Antioxidants like lutein and zeaxanthin found in egg yolks are good for a chick's developing eyes. The formation of the chick's DNA and RNA depends on the egg's supply of nucleic acids, which are essential for this process. It is crucial to remember that the chick receives enough of these nutrients to support its growth until it hatches. The eggshell, composed primarily of calcium carbonate, protects the contents and provides a physical barrier to the external environment. The mother bird keeps the egg warm and in many cases incubates it to keep the right temperature and humidity for growth. The nutrient-rich contents of the egg, together with the protective eggshell, creates a self-contained environment for the chick's development until it is ready to hatch.
You're listening to the Sundeep Show.
Have humans at any time laid eggs? Good Lord. Just hearing me say that didn't sound right. On that note, I think I won't pursue the question, at least for now, at least for the dignity of the egg, at least for the dignity of the actual egg-laying species. Anyway, humans cannot lay eggs because we are placental mammals, which means our reproductive system is fundamentally different from egg-laying animals. Placental animals give birth to live offspring after a somewhat lengthy period of internal development in the mother's womb, as opposed to laying eggs. Humans reproduce internally when a female's egg is fertilized by a male sperm inside her reproductive tract. Humans are viviparous, meaning they give birth to live offspring. The fertilized egg, or zygote. Humans have a relatively long gestation period compared to egg-laying animals. The fetus has plenty of time to develop and mature inside the mother's uterus. In short, humans are not designed to lay eggs because our reproductive system has evolved to support internal fertilization and live birth. Eggs are reproductive structures produced by female animals and certain plants to house and nurture an embryo throughout its early stages of development. It usually comprises of several internal parts, an outer protective shell or membrane, and frequently a yolk that supplies vital nutrition to the growing embryo. Eggs are the first stage of development in animals, and the process of fertilization, which results in the production of an embryo, often takes place within the egg itself. This embryo undergoes development until it is ready to hatch or be born. The specific structure and characteristics of eggs can vary widely among different species. For instance, the eggs of certain reptiles have softer shells than those of birds, and many aquatic animals lay their eggs in water or other suitable settings. When talking about plants, the word egg can also be used in a different sense, that is to refer to the female reproductive structure that, after it has been fertilized, has the potential to develop into a seed.
This is the Sundeep Show.
From time to time, actually now, strike that, I kind of always look at our earth as an egg. No, not as an egg that I can boil or crack and make an omelette out of. Funny I should say that, given how we are boiling the planet. Anyway, that's another story for another day, not today. What I mean is, I look at our beautiful planet as an egg, me as a chick, the earth as my egg. It provides me with nutrition, with hope, with everything I could possibly need to make this episode happen. I'm glad I could be in this egg. It is such a privilege. Not everyone gets to be in this egg. But hey, here I am. This is me. Ryan Adams, don't sue me. Anyhow, this is what it is. Earth provides several fundamental elements and resources that are essential for human life and survival, right? Earth's atmosphere is composed primarily of nitrogen, that is about 78%, and oxygen, that is about 21%. An adequate supply of oxygen is required for respiration, and the air that we breathe comes from the atmosphere. Earth is often called the blue planet because of the abundance of water on its surface. Water is essential to human survival, since water is used in drinking, cooking, cleaning, and agriculture. I mean, we need water. Come on. Many different kinds of plants and animals can flourish on Earth thanks to its ecosystem and habitats. And these species in turn supply food for us. The very topographies and materials found on Earth, such as wood, stone, and metals, supply the resources that are required for the construction of our homes and other essential structures. The energy that is required to power homes, industries, and transportation can be obtained from the Earth's fossil fuels such as coal, oil, and natural gas, as well as from renewable energy sources such as sunlight, wind, and water, which is what we should be doing, and we are working on that too. So, numerous metals and minerals found in the Earth's crust are utilized to make a wide range of goods. Everything. The microphone that I'm using, the laptop that I'm using, to building materials. Yeah. The medicines and pharmaceuticals used to cure ailments and improve human health have their origins in many of the plants, animals, and microorganisms present on Earth. Earth's climate systems provide a stable environment for human habitation. That's why we are here. Yeah. Earth's natural environments do many things that are important for human health and well-being, like keeping the air and water clean, pollinating plants, and recycling nutrients. Yeah, we're also doing our bit in every way to screw that up, but we're working on that too, so let's see where it goes. In addition to adding to the planet's beauty, life's diversity is essential to the provision of food, medicine, and ecological equilibrium. Earth's soil provides the foundation for agriculture, supporting the growth of crops and plants that feed us. Natural ecosystems provide a variety of functions vital to our well-being, such as water and air purification, carbon sequestration, and flood management. Eggs are fundamental biological structures that are utilized in the process of reproduction in a wide variety of animals. However, the particular characteristics and functions of an egg might change depending on the species and the reproductive adaptations of that species. The Earth's function as a special and welcoming egg that supports human life is highlighted by the interconnectedness of the components and resources it provides. It is crucial for both the well-being of mankind and its continued survival that these resources be preserved and managed properly. Thank you, Earth. And thank you for tuning in. I'm Sundeep August. This is the Sundeep August Show. Hope you enjoyed the episode. Until the next, let's try and appreciate this beautiful egg we live in.